Voters as the great movement.
Ang programang magbibigay daan upang talakayin ang mga isyong may kinalaman sa ating karapatan bilang mga Pinoy sa Britanya. Kwentong nagpapalakas ng loob at bubuhay ng bawat pangarap upang ang tagumpay ay makamtan tungo sa magandang kinabukasan.
Mga balita at kwentong kapupulutan ng aral na magsisilbing gabay para sa ating mga kababayan. Legal na usapin, hihimayin upang lubos na manawaan, tamang gabay maaaring mailaan.
Balitang walang kikilingan, bawat isa magkakaroon ng boses sa dapat pakinggan, mga isyong dapat masolusyonan. Mga usaping pilit iniiwasang pag-usapan at harapin, sisikapin naming abutin sa ngalan ng katotohanan, pagkakaisa at kapayapaan.
Mga kwentuhang pakikipagkapwa-tao, pagtutulungan at pagkakaisa bilang mga Pinoy sa iba't ibang bahagi ng Britanya, bayanihan at kumustahang magbibigay inspirasyon sa ating mga kababayan.
Ganda ng buong Britanya ang hatid namin sa inyo. Pasyalang kagigiliwan, kwentong simple, pero kapupulutan ng aral. Biyahe, lakwatsa, at kwentuhan, tiyak mag-e-enjoy kayo.
Iba't ibang kwento ng buhay, nais naming isalaysay na aral ng buhay ang tangi naming inaasam.
Sa bawat larangan, angat kakabayan, talino at galing ng Pinoy, hinangaan at may magpangmalaki sa buong Britanya.
Mula sa salaysay ng bawat buhay, kwentong palasyo patungong paraiso, hatid namin ang saya, inspirasyon at galak sa lahat ng Pinoy sa buong Britanya.
Galing ng Pinoy sa mangdako ng mundo, nag-iwan ng marka sa larangan ng industriya.
Mula sa Pinoy, para sa Pinoy, sa Britanya.
Ako si Amy Baliao.
Babu Gamboa.
Carol Panday.
Rapa.
Susan Pelaez Robinson.
To ang Britanya ngayon, laban lang!
Itaas natin ang ating kanang kamay sa ating dibdib at sabay-sabay nating kantahin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay, lupang hinirang, tuyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisiil sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim, lupa ng araw ng buwan, hatid pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo, aming ligaya na pag may mang-aapi, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Magandang hapon, Britanya. Magandang gabi, Pilipinas. Umaga, hapon, gabi sa amang bahagi ng mundo. Samahan niyo kami sa unang show ng taong 2022, Halalan 2022, The Series. This is a big blast to start the year and the year that will shape the landscape of the political affairs of the Philippines, whether for good or bad from bad to worst.
National elections that comes every 6 years is one of our many duties and responsibilities as citizens. This is the time that we, the people, will exercise our democratic sovereign right to vote. Election will give us the right to choose leaders who will take care of the people's welfare and serve our interests nationally and globally.
Halalan 2022 is crucial to the generation of the millennials because this will identify their place in the world order and its alignment for both political and economic affairs.
The thrust of the program is to enable candidates or their representatives to present their platform, to present the issues which they think are important in this time and age, whether in politics or in economics, how they can address these issues.
The program believes that the right choice of leaders based on the credentials and track record is a defining moment to meet the challenges of the present day and age.
Ako si Amy Baliao.
Babu Gamboa.
Carol Panday.
Rapa,
Susan Pelaez Robinson.
Ito ang Britanya Ngayon, laban lang!
With BC Remit, sending money to the Philippines is as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, download the app from the App Store or Google Play Store. Launch the app and click the Sign Up button to get started. Enter your email address, create a secure password, and click Create Account. To ensure that we get your money safely to your beneficiaries, we are going to need a few details. Enter the necessary information, then choose your preferred delivery option. Finally, enter the amount you want to send. Choose your payment method and press send. It's that simple. Secure, fast, convenient. Send money to the Philippines now for as low as $2.99. Send love the BC Remit way.
Tita, so We're on.
We're on.
Hello! Ano?
We're on.
Ba tayo?
Kasi naman may mga tumatawag pa. Nakagaw siya ng laki. Hindi ka tuloy.
We're on pala.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and to all the viewers on Facebook. Ano, hinga-hinga. Okay. So alam namin, excited kayong lahat. Okay? Ayaw na namin patagalin kasi nandito ang mga magigiting na panelists natin. Handa na ba?
Handa na
Sino?
handa na
Si
sila.
Isko,
Oo.
si Lenny, at si
BBM.
Oh, diba?
Actually po, yung Manny Pacquiao, he doesn't want to be identified.
Wow.
But I will be giving some of his input. But this is good thing about Halalan 2022. When he managed to read everything about his candidate, he was telling me like, I'll pause for a while and think about it.
misteryoso.
Misteryoso. Ako lang nakakaalam, tsaka si tito mo.
Pero sandali lang, we would like to, of course,
Okay, acknowledge our
mga
Sponsors.
sponsors.
bilisan natin.
Mr. and Mrs. Ramos from
Romy Ramos and
Romy Ramos
Milagrosa are here. Okay,
Yes.
kaway-kaway.
Thank you.
Ayan.
Thank you po.
Okay.
Okay. And of course,
Ang Bison Management Corporation, they're from the Philippines.
and
and
represented by Susan.
represented by Susan.
And of course,
Nagre-recruit po ako.
And Region Pinoy Mart from Harlis din, si Riden Sapukon and
And of course, ang Philippine Jury Campaign for supporting, and of course, our main presenter, the BC Remit,
Yes.
Pla and Bong Calma. Thank you very much.
And our Kabayan Remit as well.
Okay, and Kabayan
and
Remit.
Simply
And Tindera sa Inglaterra.
And Tenderos Inglaterra.
Okay,
Don't
so
forget si AIM24 Care.
Okay,
AIM24 Care, yes.
Okay, Susan, ganito ang magiging natin, ha? Exit kami because we will be with the audience, Susan and I. And si Rafa will be monitoring the online questions.
And then Babu and I will
The
be
moderators.
Yes.
They will be the moderators. Kung may aawain kayo, mamaya sila yon. Okay,
By the
anyway.
way, yung background natin, hindi naman na...
Ang mag-i-introduce sa ating mga magigiting na panelists, siyempre ang ating mga host.
Yes.
Naman, excited ka na naman.
Na-excite ako kasi gusto ko silang makilala. Lubos-lubos ang makilala.
Oo, parang iba yung yung appeal ni Reggie, no?
Oo, grabe.
Handang-handa.
Handang-handa. Sa si Iparing Isko. Tingnan mo si Paring Isko.
Ako, mga yan tulad ko.
Pero papatalo ba si BBM? Tamo naman. Okay, cool lang po tayo ngayon, ha? They have 2 minutes to answer the question and to introduce. And then from the audience, when you have questions to them, you have 1 minute to answer them.
Let me cut you off then. Saan ba tayo ngayon? Where are we?
Ay, oo nga. Oo.
Overlooking what?
Overlooking the is a tower hotel overlooking the Tower of London
Okay.
and the City of London, which is all the financial district.
Okay,
ng United
sige,
Kingdom.
exit na kami,
Okay,
ha?
exit na kayo.
Bahala na kayo.
Okay, good
Susan,
luck sa inyo,
good
mga
luck.
presidential candidates.
Ganda mo yung lakad mo. Ganda mo yung
Okay.
lakad
Thank you.
mo. Ay, exit tayo. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so before we introduce our candidate, I'll just like to do a little note just to introduce what we're doing right now here. So, in our Constitution, Article 2, Section sovereignty resides in the people, and all government authority emanates from them. In order to exercise this democratic principle and for the people to claim their sovereignty, the same Constitution granted the people's right of suffrage, which is what we call election. Election determines what we want as a people and as a nation. It decides our future or our nearest future. It is the key that opens the door to nation building. It is so important that we presented with candidates or aspirant for us to choose. Crucially, if we made the wrong choice, on the other hand, if we made the right choice, the basic needs of the people, from food, clothing, shelter, and other welfare services, are delivered to the needy. For this reason, Britanya Ngayon, Halalan 2022, have invited the following presidential representatives to present their candidates' platform this coming election. So, Mr. Babu, would you like to introduce our candidates or our
This is
representatives?
the hardest part, by the way. But anyway, amen to what you have said. Everything is said and done. So no need to expound on anything. At this time, we would like to present to you our panelists. They were choices of all choice, so to speak.
Yes.
Kasi nga, at this stage, mga kaibigan o mga kababayan, we have with us the gentlemen who are supposed to express or maybe show to us information about the candidate that they love and why and how come they come up to this decision.
Yeah.
So they have to be able to show to us the particular, so to say, idiosyncrasy, if there is any,
Okay.
talent that can contribute for the country.
All right.
For the country and for the people. Yun lang naman.
Okay.
Basic.
So we try to introduce
Okay, so
them
ang
now.
first one is in behalf of ISCO. Maybe we can allow them to speak like a short sentence about themselves.
Yes, yes.
Can we do that?
yes.
Okay, so first panelist is on behalf of ISCO Moreno, Ferds Ju.
Do it.
Ju. Sige, ito po. Just,
Yes.
okay.
Hi, I'm Ferdinand Ju.
Sige, go ahead. So,
I work in NHS as a phlebotomist. I'm from Manila, so I choose Isko Moreno because I'm Manileño. And I believe in his aggressiveness for being a young candidate for the presidential election.
okay, with your introduction naman sa sarili natin, then you can go on to the
Okay.
latter part. Yeah, Reggie Gadayan for Lenny.
Magandang hapon po. I'm from Birmingham, and I'm one of the volunteers for Lenny. And I'm here to represent Lenny. Actually, there's no official campaign headquarters for Lenny in the UT, but we are all volunteers here, and I represent him here now because I believe she's the best.
This is not the official campaign. This is the campaign.
And si Tito Mo for
Erasmo.
PBM.
Okay, my name is Erasmo Malilin. I was a public school teacher in the Philippines for 6 years. And then when I came over to England, I trained as a registered nurse. And I've worked in the NHS for a number of years. And so I've come here as to mention my support for PBM. I'm not the official representative of PBM, but I just come here to express my support for him to become the next president of the Philippines.
Thank you, Tito Mo.
So, yeah, before we start on the
questions.
hot
yeah.
exchange
Exactly. So
and
you,
hot, on the program proper, let it be clear to the audience, to all the panelists, that their views
yes.
and their opinion does not necessarily express the views of the candidate.
Yes, that's right.
Klaro yan.
Klaro po
So in
yun.
other words, if there's any question that you think it's beyond your capacity to answer. You don't really have to answer, whether it be personal or otherwise.
Opo, tama po yun.
Okay.
Tama po yun.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Tapos na yung disclaimer natin. Para sa ganun,
Klaro.
walang mambababart sa atin
Yes,
afterwards.
okay.
Yan.
By the way, walang mali at walang tamang sagot.
Tama.
It's your opinion, by the way.
Oo.
Okay.
So, ano yung una natin? So, we're going to start now.
I'm going to shoot the first segment
Yes,
of the program.
we're
Okay.
going to shoot the first segment of the program.
Okay.
So, the first segment of the program, you can introduce them. It's the...
The first segment will be your introduction of the candidate. So ito na po, how many minutes do we have on this?
We have... how many minutes we have on this for the introduction?
Introduction.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
So
So,
each
2 minutes
candidate each candidate
will,
have 2 minutes. Yes.
Tell the whole world, perhaps, what they like about the candidate. We could limit ourselves on 3 factors: past, present, and future. In other words, anong nagawa niya in the past? Ano ang ginagawa niya ngayon?
And ano ang gagawin niya?
Ano palang pwede niya posibleng gagawin in the future?
Okay.
Yan na. So where do
na.
we start?
Go!
Okay, so perhaps we can start with, yes, Fred, go ahead. I think you're better. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, number one,
sorry.
in his 23 years in service, past, let's say, marami siyang nagawang hospital, marami siyang nagawang pabahay, which is the condominium, Baseco community, may mga nagawa siyang field hospital na for OFWs, and for the present one, gusto niyang i-duplicate in any other regions of the country. 50% for the tax, he wants to cut 50% of the tax. So sinong makikinabang? Makikinabang ang taong Pilipino. Magsasakripisyo ang gobyerno, pero ang makikinabang ang sambayan ng Pilipino. So sa future, when he becomes the president, gusto niyang bigyan tayo ng magandang pamumuhay kasi nanggaling siya sa hirap. Naramdaman niya kung paano ang hirap. So gusto niyang ipadama ang paano magkaroon ng isang luxury pamumuhay sa bawat Pilipino. So, marami siyang platapormang sang-ayon sa kanyang mga nagawa na. Sabi niya, it's doable, it's scalable, so we can pass it in other regions. So magkakaroon tayo ng magandang kinabukasan. At I believe na it will...
Time! Mahigpit!
Kasi we only have an hour, so mahigpit po yung time natin. So every 2 minutes lang po. Okay.
So perhaps next is Sir Reggie, sir. Go ahead. Your time starts now. Yes.
I support Lenny. Si Lenny po, alam naman natin, she's a widow of Jesse, and we know Jesse's track record. So si Lenny, wala po siyang magahe, ika nga. She's honest, she's not corrupt, she's not belong to a, what do you call this, dynasty, political dynasty, family, whatever. Si Lenny po ay naging congresswoman only for 3 years dahil lang po sa namatay ang asawa niya. She had no plan to run to politics. Sa 3 years na po, na-prove po niya, nagkapag-file ng mga bills, nakatulong po sa mga mahirap. And now she's our vice president. And despite of having a mandate as a vice president, not like for the previous administration, hindi po siya nag-idle. She find a way para po makatulong sa mga Pilipino. Makita niyo naman po ang kanyang projects. Walang budget po ang Office of the Vice President, pero marami po nagawa. Yung Angat Buhay program po nila sa mga mahirap. At itong pandemic, nakita natin how she react. Yung tulong po sa mga frontliners, yung libreng transportation during the kasasarang pandemic, yung libreng pabahay o lodging sa mga frontliners, yung PPE. At lahat po ito hindi po galing sa gobyerno. This is all donated by private individuals kasi they trusted Lenny. So yun po ang nagustuhan ko kay Lenny because of her honesty and transparency. And sa future po, meron po siyang platform na maganda para sa ating ekonomiya. Because she already done sa maliit niyang budget, sabi nga, how come kung she got all the resources of the whole of the country, of the government, to help those yung mga naiwan sa lalayan po na lipunan. She got a green. Okay.
Thanks.
Thumbs up?
Thank you.
So, yeah. So, that, sunod po. Ang bilis. May mga question and answer pa naman. So, we can really go.
Yes. And ang kagandahan dito, we have another next month. So this will be continued.
So, ang sunod po, Sir Erasmo Magilin on behalf of BBM. Go on, sir. Time.
Okay, hello everybody. I'm supporting BBM's candidacy for the presidency of the Philippines because I believe that he is the man who will be able to build on what is going on at the moment now. And he has very vast experience, expertise, as well as entrepreneurial skills in managing this region, as well as obviously Philippines. He has been educated here in England, and he has both worlds, the wealthy England, and also the poverty in the Philippines. And that as his experience, he will be able to use it to his advantage in bringing the Philippines in the forefront in the future. And he has been a vice governor, congressman, and senator, and also became a candidate for vice president in 2016, but unfortunately he was beaten very slim margin. So I believe that his platform is to unite all the Filipinos in spite of all of the bad elements that are surrounding him at the moment. And so that in unity there is strength. United we stand, divided we fall. That is why I felt so happy when he was teaming with Senator Duterte, because we are one from the north and one from the south for unity, for the Philippines prosperity to progress and prosperity. So I believe that BBM should be elected as the next president of the Philippines in May 9, and let the people decide who is going to be their president.
Thanks.
Time's up. So, patikim pa lang yun, mga kaibigan. Patikim pa lang. So, let's go to the next level.
Yes.
Let me go to the next level. And we will now deal with the topics. You know, it's very, very important for us to deal with topics. We know generally we support the president, we support our candidate. We know them by heart, but this time let's be specific about issues.
So we have
Okay
three.
lang.
So we have three topics.
Three topics, three issues.
Yes.
So sa tingin nyo, you think you can, but mind you, this is not necessarily the opinion of the candidate. So don't worry. May disclaimer yan. Walang problema yan. I mean, whatever it is, it could be your own, it could be coming from your candidate. But as I said, as much as possible, it could be substantial and as factual as possible.
Yeah, or
As truthful.
Yeah, or it could be coming from the platform that they read from their
Yes,
candidates.
from the
Yes.
candidates. Okay? So, tatlong topics yan. We have economics
Good governance.
and global competitiveness. I'm sure you've already read the brochure that we've submitted to you, the question and answers, and you must by this time already know on how to expound on this. So, shall we
Yes, we shall start for the
read first?
economics. And so
Which is it per topic or is it going
yeah,
to be
we will do per topic.
per topic? Okay.
Yes.
First, we can start with the surface first on the side of the economy.
Okay, yes. So this elections project, so the topics for that is about the economy and how Mr. Moreno will going to address our economy.
Problem with the economy.
Yeah,
Good thing and the bad thing of the economy.
yeah, well, naniniwala ako sa sinabi ng ating kandidato bilang presidente ng Iskomo na build, build, build. Magpapatuloy niya ang build, build, build natin na to create more jobs. Well, magtatayo siya ng maraming hospitals, magtatayo siya ng maraming schools, tatamaan lahat. Economy, tatamaan ng langis, tatamaan na mag-create ng job para sa tamang Pilipino. So, education, naniniwala ako sa sinabi niya na marami siyang education program. Kapag patayo siya ng 10 stories elementary school, 3 elementary school in Manila. May prueba naman tayo dyan. Papanood natin. So marami tayong prueba na mga nagawa ng kandidato natin si So, para makapag-contribute siya ang marami sa ating ekonomiya, 50% ng tax ang gusto niyang i-cut down. Isa ito sa kanyang plataforma na makakapag-create ng maraming jobs. Makakapag-create, tatamaan ng lahat eh. Tatamaan ng mga pagdating sa ating mga ating mga
Okay.
Okay.
Well, as you were
Time is
saying,
up.
we'll continue that later. Sige, sir, go ahead. Sir Reggie, economy.
Right, economy. Very important po ito sa ating bansa. Kasi ito yung magpapangat ang buhay ng bawat Pilipino. As per IMF po, as of 2019, we are 36th largest economy by nominal GDP. 13th sa Asia and 4th sa Southeast Asia, like just after Singapore, Thailand, and Indonesia. But ang problema po natin is since last year, we've been hit by the pandemic. So grabe po ang pasang natin economy. So ang worry po sa atin ngayon is we need a leader that can manage the government with transparency and ma-maximize po ang resources ng government. Umutang po tayo, dumubli po utang natin. But we don't know where those money goes. So ang offer po ni Lenny is yung transparent, yung tapat na pamamahala, ibalik po natin ang tiwala sa government. Kasi dito po, papasok ang investment, lalo po ng foreign investors. Kung ang policy ng government is pabago-bago, hindi po mapakatiwalaan, naghisitan po mga investors to kami. We only rely on investors for our economy. At that is OW. Kasi they remit money to the Philippines, but we need investors to invest to create jobs, manufacturing, and infrastructure. We need that. And yun po ay lalakas kung may tiwala po sa government. So we need a transparent government, tapat sa mga tao, ibalik po ang trust sa government. Ito po ang programa ni Lenny. Marami siyang program, no? Like they call it the blue industry, itong ating fisheries because we are archipelago. Pero siyang grain industry, ito po yung mga farming and our manufacturing, i-develop yun. And there's also a golden industry, which is the IT and our digital system.
Thank Mr. Kadayan. And so,
Okay. Now, for BBM,
yeah.
Sir Erasmo Malilin. Sir, go ahead. Time starts.
Okay, regarding improving, it's quite difficult because of the pandemic, which has been affected all over the world, and all the economic countries everywhere has been affected by this downturn. So, but having said that, I think BBM has skill in helping the what he calls the MSME, the medium, small, microeconomics, like the sari-sari store and everything like that, which is the backbone of the Philippine economy because of that's where we are. We are a poor country, and therefore there's millions of poor Filipinos who depends on their small businesses. And what he's proposing to do is for the private sector and the government sector to help these people to revitalize our economy. At the moment, with the difficulty, obviously, of this pandemic. And then we have the OFWs who are remitting about $30 billion to the Philippine economy. And also the BPO, which is the call center of the Philippines, and he should be able to develop all this with his experience working, living in the United Kingdom for many years. He will be able to introduce these things to the Philippines because we are still a developing country. And also the introduction of the foreign investment like the FDI. At the moment, is 60 for Philippines and 40% for foreigners to have industry in the Philippines. Also, he mentioned about the agricultural development of the Philippines, involving plantations of rice, coconuts, corn, livestock, involving the hogs and cattle and carabaos, and also the fisheries. So, especially with corn, because corn
Okay
is...
po, Tito.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was the last do. I think it was the
Yes.
Carabao system.
Yes.
Anyway.
Time out. Okay.
Yes.
Diba?
Okay. So napakinggan po natin yung the way they
Amy, can we give chance because we don't have anyone from Ping Lacson, but there's a message here.
Okay.
Can we read
Oh, that's
from the? I think we've been contacting Ping Lacson's group, but unfortunately we didn't receive any response to them. But sabi niya dito, my president is Ping, most competent, most experienced, and qualified, that just as seen. Hindi yung sinabi ni Lenny na not well-ground. For your information, BBM, about unity, wala pang halalan. Ping had been talked to Lenny para magtandem sila as unity, pero he respect na lang kasi same position ang gusto nilang tumakbo. Okay, igalan natin yung opinion ni Mr. Ferrari Lacson.
Okay.
Siguro anak niya to.
Thank you, Mr. Ferrari Lacson, for that. Okay. So napakinggan po natin yung mga sinabi ng ating mga representatives about economy. So now we're going to throw questions from the audience or from online, and then
Yes.
our representative will going to answer
May
those.
question.
We have questions.
Si Jay Montelibano,
Oh, si Jay MacLeod. Okay.
para kay BBM.
O, BBM, hot seat ka kayo, ha?
No, I think what we're going to do is the three of them will going to answer that questions on behalf of
Hindi,
their...
isa lang. I think that's
isa
what
lang.
we can address to
Kay
the... I-filter natin
BBM
ang
lang.
makasama.
Are you ready? We
From
will fire
Jay-
BBM.
from Jay
MacLeod.
Monte- yeah.
Okay. Okay, question for BBM. What can the supporters say about him filing his ITR for 4 years, which is actually ground for moral turpitude? Okay. Na-dose-bid naman ako sa Jay. Ano masasabi mo, BBM?
Well, the thing is that this kind of comments has been mentioned many, many times already, and I'm getting fed up with all of these comments because it's just a repetition of what is being said. You know what I mean? And so, and they talk about moral turpitude, but everybody's saying, even the lawyers are saying, there's no grounds for moral turpitude. Anyway, we are all human beings as well, and we are all subject to all this kind of what do we call that? Sometimes we forget things, but it's not ground for moral turpitude. So this is my stand for that. It is what it is.
Time.
Sandali lang. Follow up lang kay Miss from Miss J Montelibano MacLeod. Sabi niya, this is for you, Ferds. Good answer daw, Ferds due. Bilis kilos infrastructure programs of ISCO will trickle down to other industries and is an essential part of building the economy. Wow. Birds. Okay, thank you. Pogi points. So, Tito Jean,
Okay.
Teka muna, Tito Romy, ah.
Kaisa-isang Jean Alcantara ng United
Okay, kasi isa-isa lang yata ang question, so I'll address this question to Ferds, no? Sabi mo kanina, si Isko ay magbabawas ng tax ng 50%. Alam kaya niya kung gaano kalaki ang impact nun? Kasi ang sabi nga ni Reggie kanina, ang laki-laki na ng utang ng bansa. Paano niya babayaran ang pagkakautang na ito? Di ba lalo niyang palulubugin ang Pilipinas?
Okay.
By the way, you don't, if you think that you're not in capacity to answer, you don't really have to answer. Otherwise, you just have to comment. Sige po, go ahead.
Comment na lang.
Sige po, okay, go ahead.
So, 50% ng tax, kasi ang sabi sa mga napapanood niyo siguro sa YouTube ang mga question and answer regarding kay Isko. So, on my point of view, magsasakripisyo ang gobyerno for some period of time. Isasakripisyo niya ang gobyerno muna at ang makikinabang ang sambayan ng Pilipino. So, kailangan niya magsakripisyo. Katulad ng ginawa niya sa pandemya, 6 months walang napakain. Ang ginawa niya, ang para sa budget, sa Manila to ha, may prueba naman tayo. No? Sa Manila, may budget siya para sa DPWH. Dahil sa pandemic, walang lumabas. Ang ginawa niya, kinuha muna niya ang budget dito. At inilagay niya sa pagbibili ng mga bigas, vegetables, na galing sa mga magsasaka.
Time is up. Okay.
Alright, so can we address
Well
one more
done.
question?
One more question kay
yes.
More question.
Okay, sir.
Ang nag-iisang Milagrosa.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir Ramos, sir.
Hi, lahat po tayo rito very interested po tayo sa eleksyon sa Pilipinas. Actually, lahat po tayo rito mga busy sa trabaho natin. Nag-effort tayo to be here and be heard yung opinion natin. Ngayon po, ang Philippines po at the moment, meron po tayong clear and present danger. What is that?
Tito, tanong.
Yan. Ang tanong ko, kung si BBM ba ang maging presidente, totoo ba mga sinasabi niya o sinasabi ng kanyang mga supporter na ibabalik niya ang ninakaw ng kanyang pamilya? Secondly, BBM, totoo nga naman, sinasabi nga, ako, experience ko ang martial law. Experience ko ang pumila sa bigas. Experience ko ang maghanap na makakain namin ng pamilya namin. Gusto ba natin ibalik? Tayo lang yata sa Southeast Asian country will adopt the person na iboboto uli natin. Ano tayo? Wala tayong pag-iisip.
Okay, ano
Bumoto na tayo kay Isko, bumoto na tayo kay Pacquiao. Why we have to bring the crop family?
Okay po. Tito, ano yung...
So,
Okay.
sir, by the way, you don't have to answer.
Hansi talaga si Bibi.
You don't have to answer. Just make a comment. Sige po.
Okay.
If
Yes.
you
Okay, I think my answer to that is this kind of comments.
Tito Mo, we would like to hear you.
Sorry,
Louder, louder.
This comments has been repeated many times, and it's very accusatory comments. Let's not get to all these emotional comments that augments the emotional feelings of people. Let's think about intellectual reasoning, not based on emotive hype and spin, which is created by the media. Therefore, they've been saying about this ninako. It's been proven that they were not found guilty, even in America, not found guilty. But the people keeps on saying ninakaw, ganito, ganyan, ganito. It's very accusatory comment. So I do not want to make any more comment about that. Let's move forward. So it is what
Time
it
is up.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
let's go to another topic.
Sabi daw, hindi raw na-found guilty sa US. Is that
Yeah.
right? Is that right? Hindi siya
so
na-found
we
guilty sa
able to-
US. Hindi siya na-found guilty sa US. Pero sa Hawaii, he hasn't come back in the US for so many years. Yeah?
Okay.
Nakapound din siyang guilty sa Philippines. Ang actually, Imelda Marcos supposed to be in prison.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Ramos.
Thank you, Tito Romy.
Yes, Mr. Ramos, that's Mr. Ramos' opinion, and of course, we're going to stick on the questions tungkol sa economy.
Yes,
Okay, with all those
I think we have to step up and we'll now go to the next topic.
yes. Okay. So, is there any more questions about economy?
Mr. Jean Alcantara.
Once more.
Nauna siya eh.
Second time.
Pasensya na. At
Take two.
gusto ko talagang tanungin ang bawat representative, no? But this is a question for Reggie. So, Reggie, siyempre ang Vice Presidente medyo tinitira siya ng husto dahil sabi nila babae, no? Although she's shown na matapang talaga siya at ginagawa niya lahat ng bagay maski nga nung imbitahin siya maging head nung anti-drugs body.
Mr. Alcantara, ano po yung question natin kay Reggie?
Sige. So ang question ko, totoo ba na siya ay mahina dahil babae?
Hindi naman natin mag-gauge yung kalakasan, katapangan sa gender, di ba? Kung titignan mo si Lenny, siya lang ang consistent sa lahat ng kandidato. Hindi siya nag-flip-flop, hindi siya nagbalimbing, hindi siya natakot kay Duterte. Ang iba dyan, playing safe. Si Lacson, playing safe. Si BBM, supporter ni Duterte. Si Lenny, nanindigan siya doon sa anti-drug campaign ng government kasi alam niya hindi maganda. At tinanggal siya sa kabinete. Wala siyang mandato. Hindi siya nag-stop. Pinakita niya, kaya niya magsilbi sa mga tao with or without a mandate. Kaya nga ang trust sa kanya ng mga private sectors bumuhos. Yung PPE, nung time ng COVID, bumuhos ang mga donasyon sa kanya kasi nakakarating sa paparoonan ang kanyang mga tinutulong. Hindi yan sa gender. COA audit performance report ng for 3 years. Wala po makitang
Thank you.
So level up.
Level up na tayo. Maraming salamat sa mga questions na yon at maraming salamat mga representative for answering all those questions. So now dito na tayo sa second topic. Okay.
Ito, madugo to.
Madugo ba to?
Ito na nga. Good government.
Ayan, yan, good governance tayo.
Good government. Paano? How? Where? How? Good government. Sige po. Sir Feds. Good government. How to bring about?
So 97% sa Manila. Let's just example ng war on drugs. 97% in Manila, lahat ng hinuli regarding sa drugs, buhay. So, nagpapatunay na meron tayong sa Manila. Statistically, 97% regarding drugs cases, lahat ng naakusahan, buhay. So wala, ibig sabihin, which is Mayor Isko Moreno's mayor, nangingibabaw ang batas. Hindi lang para sa mahirap, hindi lang para sa mayaman. So, pantay-pantay tayo. So, yan ang isa sa mga pagmamalaki ko. National security. In Manila, kahit saan ka pumunta ngayon, meron na tayo internet. Kasi bawat barangay. So, I think everyone naman will use internet. Very fast. Bilis kilos. Bago pa lang naisip ang isang problema, meron na kaming solusyon. Solusyonan na niya. Nag-upgrade tayo ng mga internet every barangay sa Manila. So, gusto niyang kopyahin ito sa ibang region ng bansa pag siya ang halalan ng presidente. Gaya nga sabi niya, it's doable, duplicable, and scalable. So, pwede natin gayahin ang ginawa niya sa Manila sa lahat ng bawat ng region ng ating bansa. Imagine nyo kung lahat ng bawat region natin ay may mga bagong hospital, may mga bagong eskwelahan, may internet facility. So, lahat, madadala lahat. Bibilis ang lahat ng transaction, mag-create ng jobs.
Sandali lang, meron lang tayong babasahin from the online live streaming natin.
Yes.
From Marvin Velasquez, no? Kadalasan daw, batak-batak ang mga Pinoy pagdating sa politics. Then kapag may nanalo ng presidente, titirahin na naman ang mga oppositions. Wala nang katapusang sigalot. Nakakaawa ng Pilipinas sa pagiging third world country natin. Why we can't just unite all? Sinasabi na dito.
Sana all.
Sana all daw.
Of our online viewers. So, okay,
Let's hear it from Reggie.
Good government.
Good government.
Good government.
Good government. Sabi ko nga kanina, kailangan ibalik po ang trust ng mga tao sa government. Diba? We are democratic country. Normal lang po yan i-criticize ng government. Pagpalpak po ang pamakalatan. Kasi kung lahat ng tao magsisip-sip sa government, they will enjoy their life para po nakawin ng pera ng kabayan. Kasi wala po kontra eh. So, pag ang palisiya, dapat isitahin natin. Pag okay naman, susuportahan natin. Ang kailangan ko, this is only my comment kasi I'm not heard with official campaign manager. But nakita ko po yung dedikasyon niya sa maliit ng budget within Manila during the pandemic, kung paano niya napakita, yung track record niya. Sino ba nakaisip ng bayan niya i-consulta, libreng, kasi tao takot magpa-check up sa labas kasi hindi po at parang at lang lumabas. But yung grupo ng si President, naisip yun. At ang nag-volunteer ang mga doctors, libre para sila ang mag-deal doon sa mga nagpapakonsulta. Kasi it's only one project. Yung libre transportation para sa frontliners. Kasi kung walang frontliners, kasi walang bumabiyahin sa sakyan sa Metro Manila. Kung walang mga hospital. Naisip na yun. Ang nagbigay ng mga bus, puro private sector, nag-donate o nag-volunteers, mga drivers. Kung mag-template na yan sa buong bansa at makuha niya ang trust ng buong mamaya at lahat tayo ay tulong-tulong, maaari natin nakuha na. Yun lang naman na kailangan na transparency, saka yung sabi nga, umutang tayo ng napakalaki-laki. Alam ba natin kung saan tayo ilang trillion na umutang ng government? Wala, kasi wala transparency. Ito yung ang problema sa pag-government ngayon, di ba?
Okay, fine. Sir, sir, last one.
Okay,
Good government.
Good governance, well, it's quite a huge subject. Therefore, I cannot discuss this in 2 minutes. So let's just go to the most problematic in our society is graft and corruption. So graft and corruption has been very endemic in our society since time immemorial, since the time of Quezon to the present time, because we accept corruption. We seem to be accepting corruption as a way of life, and therefore it has been embedded in ours about this lagay system in any Philippine or private offices. So one way of combating this corruption is to educate our people from barangay to the higher ups to stop this method of corruption, because about 20% of money apparently is going to corruption politicians are pocketing 20% of whatever loan that we get from foreign countries. And then, as well as I'll be talking endless about corruption, because until now it's still a problem. So then the war on drugs, obviously, then I think I heard Bongbong Marcos that we should improve the rehabilitation of drug addicts, but go after those drug lords. And so that's the only way we can solve the problem. And concerning national security, the Philippines should always think about what interests the Philippines, whether China is this or USA is that. We should think about what is good for the Philippines. Okay, so we cannot compete with
Okay,
this.
time is up po. Tito Mo.
So, now, this time,
Ay,
let's
Babu,
go.
pasingit kami. Ano
Yeah,
yung last na ano nyo? So we talk about economy, about good governance, and the last one is the
Global competitiveness.
Bago tayo dumako sa global
International na tayo.
competitiveness, meron lang tanong dito, siguro kahit 30 seconder nyo lang sagutin. Okay? This is a very, very controversial question from one of our viewer. At ang sabi niya, eto, Ian Penick from Durham and Riona in Orati, Bataan. Which of the presidential candidate who will pass the SOGI bill into law, same-sex partnership and equality bill, championed by Congressman woman Geraldine Ronan through Congress unanimously? So, hindi ko na, ang haba kasi.
Haba, oo.
Ang tanong lang simple, ano ang pananaw nyo sa SOGI bill? O, yun. Yes. 30 seconder?
So, we started first.
Hindi, kung sinong feel sumagot. Oo.
Good.
O, si Reggie ang umahon. Okay.
Okay.
Ako, naniwala ako sa equality, ano po. May bilang tayo din sa Pilipinas for equality, I think pero pagdating kasi dun sa sabi nating same-sex marriage, my faith medyo kumukontra doon. Pero if you go to legal perspective, doon po sa equality, siguro si Lenny, ang pabor siya doon sa pwede yung union, di ba? Yeah. Kasi you can give rights to any other. But for Lenny and me, we have the same stand on the same-sex marriage. Medyo we don't agree on that because of my Christian faith. Yun na po.
Tito Mo, would you like to
Right.
address that too?
It's very hard in our country because we are predominantly a Catholic country and also Christian country as well. And we know mostly the people will be...
Time.
Okay.
Kasi,
Nagkaumpisa pa.
Ibig sabihin, aware sila. O, tama. Go to sorry.
Ituloy mo, Tito.
I think it should be legalized one day.
Okay. Ferds, 30 seconds daw.
Katoliko din ako, God first.
Okay.
So God first. So
Yeah, by the way, it is part of the Constitution. Permanent union between a man and a woman at the moment. So, wala tayong magawa. Unless otherwise, we have to overhaul our Constitution. Okay, sige po.
Okay.
Let's go.
So
Tayo.
we could throw some questions from the audience.
From the audience.
Oo.
Okay, sige po. Sir Jean, go ahead.
Okay, salamat. Question lang kay Rusty. Mo.
Yeah.
Rusty, nalulungkot lang ako kasi sabi mo kanina tinatanong ni Romic yung tungkol sa pagnanakaw ng mga Marcoses na move on, no? Actually, paano mo nasusuportahan si Marcos na unang-una napakasinungaling na graduate siya dito sa Oxford ng first degree, tapos meron din daw siyang master sa Wharton. So talaga nagsinungaling siya huli-huli. Yung tungkol sa pagnanakaw, actually hindi niya binabalik yung mga perang ninakaw. Hindi man siya ninakaw ng tatay at nanay niya. So bakit siya pala
Question. Ano ang tanong?
Ayun na nga. So bakit sa kabila noon sinusuportahan mo pa rin si Marcos.
Okay. Okay, bago mo sagutin, talaga ng hot seat, sino?
May question si Madam.
Si Madam.
And Tito Tim later.
Okay.
I contest daw.
Ay, naku, silang dalawa yung maglalaban, ayoko nun. Kasi, yung tanong ni Tito G, merong sagot si Tita Babes.
Excuse
Okay.
me, I think
Ayoko, sandali. O, sige.
Madam, baka gusto mag-comment
Okay, tanong, sige, comment na, Tito mo.
Tito mo, please go ahead.
Sorry, Erasmo.
Okay, the thing, kasi alam mo laging yan ang sinasabi ng mga tao. Kaya yung mga nakaw, diktador, yung ganito, yung diploma, it's the same old regurgitation. But for BBM, in spite of the things that they are saying, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I will still support BBM. Because we are all human beings. Okay? If Jesus Christ himself, pinatawad niya yung magnanakaw, so how much more to us?
Time is up.
Okay, another question from the audience. Okay, this question is relating.
Good government. Receptive ha? Later na naman. Good governance. Tanong agad. Wala nang paligoy-ligoy pa.
I think walang sumagot sa kanila. May microphone ba?
Yeah. You're live.
Yeah. Kasi as representative of Community para bago pumunta sa tanong. Kasi lahat kanta nyo, my way. Ang isang dasal ng good governance kasi yung trust. Kasi rhetorics lahat I mean, it's time that you get to...
Ano ang tanong?
Ang tanong, di ba, bakit sumusuporta ka ni BBM, nagsalita ka ng corruption, good governance, guilty siya.
Okay, yun ang tanong mo, Tito Tim. O sige. Bakit nga ba suporta ka raw ng suporta? Tito
You cannot remove that in your brain. With me, since because proven that all these things are just allegations from every student.
Okay. O sige. I think we need to have a break, Jules. Let's play muna our commercial break.
We're going to use some our sponsors commercial muna. Okay.
Pero bago mag-commercial,
Bago mag-commercial, may inspiring note lang tayo dito from Edwin de la Cruz. Such an interesting discussion. Well done, Britanya Ngayon. Salamat. I just hope that there is a real REAL unity amongst Filipinos to help the image and economy of our beloved country. We need to support whoever is the winner of the next election.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Babalik kami. O, palakpakan nyo, mga nasa-friends.
With BC Remit, sending money to the Philippines is as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, download the app from the App Store or Google Play Store. Launch the app and click the sign up button to get started. Enter your email address. Create a secure password and click Create Account. To ensure that we get your money safely to your beneficiaries, we are going to need a few details. Enter the necessary information, then choose your preferred delivery option. Finally, enter the amount you want to send. Choose your payment method and press send. It's that simple. Secure, fast, convenient. Send money to the Philippines now for as low as $2.99. Send love the BC Remit way. With BC Remit, sending money to the Philippines is as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, download the app from the App Store or Google Play Store. Launch the app and click the sign up button to get started. Enter your email address. Create a secure password and click Create Account. To ensure that we get your money safely to your beneficiaries, we are going to need a few details. Enter the necessary information, then choose your preferred delivery option. Finally, enter the amount you want to send. Choose your payment method and press send. It's that simple. Secure, fast, convenient. Send money to the Philippines now for as low as $2.99. Send love the BC Remit way. With BC Remit, sending money to the Philippines is as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, download the app from the App Store or Google Play Store. Launch the app and click the sign up button to get started. Enter your email address, create a secure password, and click Create Account. To ensure that we get your money safely to your beneficiaries, we are going to need a few details. Enter the necessary information, then choose your preferred delivery option. Finally, enter the amount you want to send. Choose your payment method and press send. It's that simple. Secure, fast, convenient. Send money to the Philippines now for as low as $2.99. Send love the BC Remit way.
We're ready? Okay. Thank you for that commercial, BC Remit. And so we're going to go back to... Are we going to throw another question for good government or we're going to the next topic now?
Ano na tayo? Level up tayo?
Mag-level up na tayo?
Let's go international.
Okay. All right.
International na tayo, mga kabayans.
We're going now to the third topic.
Third topic will be global competitiveness. Very wide, very juicy. Kaya na pong bahala. Convince the people.
Okay.
Okay.
So, sino mauuna po sa inyo?
Sige po, go ahead. Sir Ferds, take the floor, yes.
Well, global competitiveness. Okay. Meron nagawa sa Manila ang ating mayor ang mass vaccination. Meron tayong drive-through vaccination. So globally, dito sa UK, parang wala akong nakitang drive-through vaccination. Merong vaccination, mass vaccination, pero walang drive-through. Drive-through. Meron.
Okay.
So, globally, nakakasabay tayo. Ibang regions.
Isa sa plataforma ng discuss, it's doable.
Duplicable. So, kung kayang gawin sa Manila, kayang gawin din sa ibang region. Kaya pagka siyang nahalalan,
yung mga ginawa niyang housing, kaya rin gawin housing sa mga region. Which mag-create ng more jobs. Mag-create ng more makakapag-create siya ng more, makaka-contribute siya more ng economy. So, isa pa sa global competitiveness is yung ating internet facility sa Manila. So, in Manila, we have a internet facility everywhere, but not in other regions. I think makakasabay tayo once everything is also in other regions of the Philippines. Pagka na-implement na natin ang mga like digitalization of documents.
Okay. Ayos up. Sige po. So Reggie, go ahead.
We Filipino are competitive. It's a proof of our nurses here.
One of the best ang nurses ng mga Pilipino. Our engineers sa Middle East, mga nakilala ko mga expat, they love to work with Filipino engineers. Lahat po tayo is competitive. Pero marami pong naiiwan sa atin sa Pilipinas. Maraming naiiwan. Buti na lang nga at the government na i-approve po yung K-12 na sa education natin. Kaya nakapag-level up tayo, compete tayo globally sa pagdating sa school, ano po. Pero ang kay BP Lini po, ang pinupush niya is iti-train ang ating mga professional more kung siyang uupo. Kasi, for example, yung mga seafarers natin, isa tayo sa pinakamaraming seafarers, mga overseas. na nagtatrabaho sa iba-ibang bansa. At karamihan, kukunti lang sa kanila naging opisyal. Kasi laging yung qualification nila, yung mga trainings and everything na dapat titinan din ng mga multinational company, hindi nila, kulang tayo eh. So yun ang dapat na ibigay yung mga training courses para naman yung mga seaman natin eh maging kapitan naman, hindi lang kukunti, hindi maraming maging mataas na opisyal. And they will pay well. Siyempre, kung malaki ang sweldo nila, malaki ang remittance sa Pilipinas, di ba? So, yun ang isang bagay na nakita ko na maganda para sa ating mga professional. Tapos na ba? In terms of economy, kailangan natin talaga transparency again. Open up the Philippines economy, invite all the investors, invite all the multinational company, mag-invest sa Pilipinas, manufacturing, isipin mo lahat, ini-import natin. Di ba? Look at Taiwan, a small company, but they are #1 exporter of chips. Di ba? Semiconductors, mga ganon.
Thank you, Mr. Cagayan.
Okay, sir.
Tito Mo.
Okay, yes, global competitiveness. Marami dyan, tourism sa Philippines. At the moment, our tourist industry is affected because of the pandemic. But it seems to be that the pandemic is being controlled now and restrictions are being alleviated. So domestic tourism should be encouraged. Secondly, as we're talking about COVID, at the moment, only 54% of Filipinos are vaccinated, and we still about 80% should be, aim for the herd immunity of a country, and we see a long way to deal with that. So people should be encouraged to be vaccinated because it will protect their families, their friends, and colleagues at work as well. So it's very important that people get vaccinated to get the 80% herd immunity, and when that time comes, business will open up again. And the internet as well, is we are 90 in the list of countries. Our rate for our internet is only 33-point-something%. The highest is Jersey of the British Isles, had 274 megabytes. We only have 33% megabytes, so we are 90. So that's why Bongbong Marcos should develop that asset and go to the rural areas and produce some, I call internet on wheels that goes to the rural areas and teach the people from these remote places about social media and improve their internet abilities.
Okay, so time is up.
Time is up.
Amy and Babu, no? It's a very interesting topic, the global competitiveness, where ISCO is saying about the digital communication. Reggie is talking about the manpower, the OFW in particular, and ito mo about the internet, which is all fantastic. Now, to challenge that, there's someone here from the audience who want to ask question. Tita Iluminad, tama ba? Iluminad ang barbag. Para maliwanagan tayo.
Ang tanong ko lang, kasi go back kanina dahil hindi ako nakapag-raise ng hand about yung foreign policy. I just want to know yung opinion ninyo because sa mga inaano nyo, ini-endorse nyo mga candidate, ano ang masasabi nyo doon about, kasi di ba yung issue na about Western Philippine Sea natin, di ba? Are you really or are we really going to war with China about this?
Yun ang tanong, are we going to go on war with China? Okay. Oh, sige, that's a very, okay, let's start with Reggie.
Ako, I'll go first, yeah. Hindi naman po tayo makipag-away sa China, no? Ang policy ng government is to be friend to every countries. Huwag nating awayin. We can add friends, pumabawasan. Yung dating representative ngayon, nag-add ng friend, ng isa, nagbawas ng marami. Kasi inaway lahat. Inaway ang Europe, inaway ang US. What we need is, which is Lenny, is to get our allies back. Now, back to the West Philippine Sea issue. Hindi tayo makapaggera kasi naman natin kaya. We don't have that capability, ano po? But we have a leverage the arbitral tribunal result na pabor sa atin. Paano gagalaw ang ating mga allied, ang mga kaibigan? Kung tayo mismo hindi natin ginagamit yon. Kaya mo ang US, eager na eager silang i-push, implement yun. Pero tayo mismo na claimant, hindi natin tinataas yung ating karapatan dun sa West Philippine Sea. So, Lenny want a coalition of allies na mag-isa yung ating...
Time.
Time is up. Thank you. Okay. Tito Mo?
Can we give others a chance to...
Is it me?
Yes.
Yes,
you-
sige po.
Okay. Concerning the war with China, that should be thrown out of the window, because we can never fight China because they're a powerful country. But what we can do is to continue with talking to the Chinese for the best interest of our country. In any, we should always think about what interest is best for our country, because it is our country anyway, and we can never have a war with China because, voila, we will be annihilated. And so with the same as USA and China, they can fight each other, but we are in the middle. So I think we should continue talking diplomatically to the Chinese people. Anyway, there's a lot of Chinese already in the Philippines doing the business. So we can just continue with talks with China, and hopefully China will
Okay
understand
po.
us.
Time is up. Okay.
Time.
Birds.
We will fight for ours, no? But we will not go on war. We can do it diplomatically. So we go to the proper channel. So let's use the proper channel, not to go to war, but we will fight for ours.
Okay. So well said.
Maraming salamat po.
Okay. So I think all the other hosts will be joining you now. May we call Susan, Rafa para makita naman namin sila. Okay. Okay. So because we're about to close the segment. Oo, kailangan maging bitin. Okay? Kailangan maging bitin. But anyway, we would like to entertain one question from the audience who wants to move forward and ask question. If there's none, then we can proceed to...
Aris. I thought Aris...
Ali. Sino ba Aris? Aris, okay.
Okay.
Do the microphone.
Okay.
Tapang ni Aris.
Camera, action.
Okay, question lang para sa katulad ko na undecided pa kung sino ang
Maganda yun. We have undecided. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
good. Good.
to be fair para sa lahat ng mga candidates, so pumunta ako rito to hear you guys kung ano yung iba-ibang plataforma ng kandidato ninyo. So for me, ang question ko is very quick. Kung ano yung pinaka-main na sa tingin nyo mag-i-stand out yung mga kandidato nyo. So, question yan para sa tatlo.
Parang pwede ng pang closing.
Closing question na
Thank you, Aris.
Although nasabi na yan from the start, no? But still, we will encapsulize in 30 seconds.
30 seconds na tayo.
Yes. It's each. Okay.
Ito, Isko. Isko tuloy tawag ko sa kanya. No, ganito lang. Sinasabi na maraming nanonood ngayon na they're still undecided. Even I myself, I don't want to disclose anything, but there are people who are supporting other candidates who is now changing their minds. Now, hearing you on this program, we know that you will influence other people and make the election more tawag doon na talagang honest at may integridad.
Credible.
Okay, 30 seconds na tayo, Jules. Bakit ko iboboto si Isko? First, do it.
30 seconds.
Kaya nga inagaw ko na kasi bilis kilos. Diba? So, pangungunahan ko na, bilis kilos. So, ang mayor natin, bago pa lang tayo nagkakaroon ng problema, may propaganda na. So, gawin na lang muna natin, not the lip service. Ginagawa niya kagad, ina-action na kagad. So, iboto natin ang kilos muna bago ang salita.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
muna ako, tatawid muna ako.
Tawid ko muna ng river
Sige po. Yes.
Ako na.
Sige, sige.
Okay.
O, BBM.
Kanina papasok ko dito sa lugar na ito, nasa tube station ako, nakalagay doon sa mga advertisement, we are together against hate. We are together against hate. Now, BBM and Sara are fighting for unity, pagkakaisa ng Pilipinas para sa ating bansa. That's why we should be together against hate. So, BBM and Sara will lead us to prosperity.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Iboto si tito mo. O, Reggie, bakit si Lenny?
Isa lang, track record. Ano bang track record ng mga kandidato? Tingnan natin. Ano ang mga katayuan nila before, ngayon, at ano ang at sa darating. Pero ibig sabihin, ang darating, yun yung makikita mo ang past niya. Kung sino ba ang may bahid ng korupsyon, sino ba ang nagsisinungaling, sino ba ang walang paninindigan. Yun ang kailangan natin bakit natin susuportahan ang kandidato na meron siyang past na record na hindi niya pa nasisettle. Tapos yung pabago-bago, yung balimbing, hindi, we need one.
But ito pang second chance, Reggie. Love is sweeter in the second time.
Alam mo, ang init-init dito sa loob, pero malamig sa... It's still winter, ha? Winter sa UK, ha? Pero nag-iinit dito. Kasi mukhang mainit ang mga usapan. Sana meron pa ba tayong susunod na kaganapan?
I think because we have limited time, but you know, Susan, we tested the audience and how the people respond to this kind of series. I know Britanya Ngayon would like to continue this, and we would like to encourage people, especially those that opinionated and who knows about their candidate, to please move forward. Show yourself to us. Hinahamon namin ang mga BBM, ang mga Lenny, ang mga Isko, na ipakilala niyo sa amin, Bing Lacson, ang inyong kandidato.
So,
may susunod tayo, no?
May susunod po tayong series. So, next month, meron na naman tayong Halalan 2022. So, okay, Jean is raising...
Jean, last 30 seconds, yeah?
Last question.
Okay, camera.
Microphone.
Microphone.
Question lang, mabilis sa tatlong representante ngayon. Sa panahon ni Duterte, usong-uso yung patayan. So, ngayon kung mananalo ang inyong manok, anong gagawin nyo para matigil yung patayan?
Okay.
20 seconds, 20 seconds.
20 seconds lang,
20 seconds, sige po.
O talaga si Isko, bilis
Nasagot ko yun nung una Kaya nga sa Manila, 97% ng nasa war on drugs, buhay. Dumadaan tayo sa proseso. So, walang extrajudicial killing.
Okay. Okay. Ayan. Okay.
Well said, well said. Sir, good.
Isa lang, isa utak natin ang pagkakaisa. Pagka tayo nagkakaisa, walang papatayan.
Okay.
Si Reggie?
Reggie.
Sabi natin implement the rule of law. Yun lang naman Hindi, wag i-shortcut. Ang ginawa kasi, sino-shortcut Yun lang ang kailangan. At si BP rin hindi siya ganon. Maging transparent siya, yun lahat ng yung mga dealings ng mga law implementor, makikita po yan. Talaga pong mawawala yung patayan na yan.
Gusto na natin i-acknowledge yung mga nasa online, Jay Montedipa Numacloud, si Marvin Velasquez,
Nika Palmon,
Oliver
si
Raymer.
Oliver, di siya nakapunta kasi.
Si James Marcelo, I don't know whether he's from the Philippines or from the UK. Okay,
Overtime na tayo, guys, ha? Overtime na tayo.
So, anyway po, maraming salamat in behalf of Britanya Ngayon, Ferds Due, Reggie Ganayan, and of course, sa audience. Tita, ano nangyari?
Sige. Teka muna, sino ba ito?
Sige, nanggaling pa to sa malayo. Sa dagat
Sana all to.
Kanina pa. Para sa tatlong Isko, Lenny,
O, 10
and BBM.
seconds na lang yan, ha? O, go.
Madaling tanong lang.
ano ang pwede yung maitulong sa mga katulad naming OFW na
Okay.
matigilang pag-abroad sa Pilipinas?
Alright, okay. 10 seconds.
Ako una.
Okay, 10 seconds.
Naunahan ka, isa.
Kailangan talaga i-develop ang ekonomi ng Pilipinas, palakasin ang ating ekonomiya para yung mga tao may trabaho, hindi nalalabas ng bansa. Kung lalabas ka ng bansa, it's your choice, not a necessity kasi wala kang choice.
Okay, amen. Okay, okay, that's it.
Well, palalakasin natin ang ekonomiya, babawasan natin ang tax sa langis para makapag-create tayo ng maraming jobs. Pag nakapag-create tayo ng maraming jobs, hindi na tayo lalabas ng Pilipinas para magtrabaho pa.
Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
O ano tito mo?
Si Duterte nagtayo ng Department of Migrant Workers for Overseas Filipino Workers. Kaya dapat ay maging miyembro tayo noon. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Pasalamat tayo sa mga sa live audience natin.
Oo.
James, cameraman, pwede bang paki-zoom ang mga ano
May
natin?
sinasabi si Tito Jen.
Oh,
Yung Department of for Migrant Worker, Migrant Filipinos, actually it only covers overseas Filipino workers. It doesn't cover people like us in the US.
Okay.
Magandang talakayan
Good,
niya.
good,
Sa
good.
susunod na kabanata po ay tatalakayin po natin yung mga yon.
Okay, sure, OFW.
Okay.
Okay, maraming salamat first, Reggie and Mo.
palakpakan natin sila.
Magaling.
Thank you.
At maraming salamat sa ating mga audience. Okay. Guardians, Milagrosa, Gina Alcantara, Voice of Women, our supporters, PhilChamp community, Tita Nilda, Black Nazarene, Oval community, the Guardians, of course, the Guardians. Maraming salamat. And of course, our technical directors,
Samana and James and Nadim.
Woohoo! Thank you.
Yes.
And of course, all our PAs there, si Marilyn, si Risa, and si Linel. Okay, maraming salamat po. Alright. Philippines cannot be forever be the sick man of Asia simply because we as a nation failed to elect good leaders who will usher this generation towards the rising sun rather than be deluded in selfish self-indulgence, all in pursuit of power and wealth.
The country direly needs leaders who are up to the challenges of the fast-changing times and yet impervious to personal gain and political trickery. And hoping this first series of Halalan 2022 has opened our minds and our hearts to participate and engage in this electoral process.
In this present-day norm, the question is whether the Philippines is coping with the challenges on hand or are we turning our backs away from it.
The fundamental aim of the program is to the candidate to exercise their convincing power towards Filipino voters and world over.
Yan. We believe that we can, once and for all, eradicate patronage politics, politics of wealth and popularity, political dynasties, and many other evils and corrupt practices in government and politics.
Ako si Amy Baliao,
Babu Gamboa,
Carol Panday,
Rapa,
Susan Pilais Robinson,
para sa Britanya Ngayon, laban lang!
With BC Remit, sending money to the Philippines is as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, download the app from the App Store or Google Play Store. Launch the app and click the sign up button to get started. Enter your email address, create a secure password, and click Create Account. To ensure that we get your money safely to your beneficiaries, we are going to need a few details. Enter the necessary information, then choose your preferred delivery option. Finally, enter the amount you want to send. Choose your payment method and press send. It's that simple. Secure, fast, convenient. Send money to the Philippines now for as low as $2.99. Send love the BC Remit way.
Thousands of protesters as the great COVID
Ang programang magbibigay daan upang talakayin ang mga isyong may kinalaman sa ating karapatan bilang mga Pinoy sa Britanya. Kwentong nagpapalakas ng loob at bubuhay ng bawat pangarap upang ang tagumpay ay makamtan tungo sa magandang kinabukasan.
Mga balita at kwentong kapupulutan ng aral na magsisilbing gabay para sa ating mga kababayan. legal na usapin, hihimayin, upang lubos na munawaan, tamang gabay maaring mailaan.
Balitang walang kikilingan, bawat isa magkakaroon ng boses sa dapat pakinggan, mga isyong dapat masolusyonan. Mga usaping pilit iniiwasang pag-usapan at harapin, sisikapin naming abutin sa ngalan ng katotohanan, pagkakaisa at kapayapaan.
Mga kwentuhang pakikipagkapwa-tao, pagtutulungan at pagkakaisa bilang mga Pinoy sa iba't ibang bahagi ng Britanya, bayanihan at kumustahang magbibigay inspirasyon sa ating mga kababayan.
Ganda ng buong Britanya ang hatid namin sa inyo. Pasyalang kagigiliwan, kwentong simple, pero kapupulutan ng aral. Biyahe, lakwatsa, at kwentuhan, tiyak mag-e-enjoy kayo.
Iba't ibang kwento ng buhay, nais naming isalaysay na aral ng buhay ang tangi naming inaasam.
Sa bawat larangan, angat kakabayan, talino at galing ng Pinoy, hinangaan at may magpamalaki sa buong Britanya.
Mula sa salaysay ng bawat buhay, kwentong palasyo patungong paraiso, hatid namin ang saya, inspirasyon at galak sa lahat ng Pinoy sa buong Britanya.
Galing ng Pinoy sa mangdako ng mundo, nag-iwan ng marka sa larangan ng industriya.
Mula sa Pinoy, para sa Pinoy, sa Britanya.
Ako si Amy Baliao.
Babu Gamboa.
Carol Panday.
Rapa.
Susan Pelaez Robinson.
Ito ang Britanya ngayon. Laban lang!